Hi all, I'm Zoe. I'm the owner of the Wholehearted CollectR over on Etsy. Welcome to my channel. thrift store that we hit when I went op shopping the other day was Marayong. Some of this stuff that I'm going to show you now, some of it I will be keeping, and then some of it I will be listing onto my Etsy store. So again, if you like any of the stuff that you see, just click the link in the description below and it will take you straight to my Etsy store. So let's start going through some of the stuff that I found here. The first place that I go when I hit Marayong is they have tables outside and they have baskets outside. So I go through the artwork before I go in. I didn't find anything in the artwork, but then I go over and have a look at the frames. So in the frames, what I found is I found a couple of needlework. So I believe this is, I don't think it's cross stitch because it's not the right stitching. I think it's just crewel. I always get mixed up between crewel, needlework, that sort of thing. But it's really nice. It was $4. It's a moody floral pattern. I don't know what type of flowers are. I think these are these snowbells? I don't know, bluebells? Bluebells makes more sense. But it was really cool. It's in a nice wooden frame that has some gold detailing on it. Paid $4. I can probably get between $20 to $30 for this one. But yeah, I thought that one was really cool. I got another crewel while I was there as well. This one is a bit bigger, but the frame is the same. So it's probably from the same household. This one I also paid $4 for. This one is lilies. So obviously it's a very light, it's very much lighter. So you've got the beige background and then you've got the green stalks and the orange and red pink flowers. Lilies are actually one of my personal favorites. Not in this color palette though. My color palette is definitely more neutral and moody. So I like those dual tone colors. So like your deep purples, burgundies, navy blues, emerald greens. I like my t-shirt. So those are the sorts of colors that I gravitate towards. So this is definitely too bright for me, but I thought it was really, really nice. And again, this would be crewel rather than cross stitch just because of the way that the looping is. So if you guys can see that, whenever I find things like these, I do pick them up because they do tend to sell well on Etsy. And Granny Chic is back. Although I should say Granny Chic is in, not back, it's in. So these sorts of things pair really well with modern decor as well, so you can mix and match. While in the frame section, I also found these two. So these are tiles. These are vintage Dutch tiles, and they were hand painted. So you can see those two there. They were $2 a piece. They're in a wooden frame with a ring on the back of them, so you can actually, I'll show you that. You can actually hang them straight away. Doing a little bit of research on these, they were $2 a piece, and I ummed and ahed about it because it's really not my sort of thing. But when I had a look online, I actually found them listed, and this is what I'm saying, you need to check between listed and sold. I found them listed for between $70 to $90 a piece. I couldn't find any sold. I checked eBay, I checked WorthPoint, but that's all I could find. Now in saying that, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to get 90 for it, but I figure at $2 I'm definitely going to make my money back, and it's something for me to learn, right? I'll find out how much these things are worth when they sell. In the same section I found this. So this is just a frame holder, what do you call them? Easel? Maybe easel. This was $2. It's just wooden, it's painted a deep brown lacquer. I pick these up in different sizes, in wood, in clear acrylic, in brass. I get a whole bunch of different ones in different sizes and different mediums for when I'm photographing. So if I was going to, for example, photograph this crewel, I need something that is going to be able to hold it up. So there. So this is how I would photograph it. Obviously, with not with this background, I would use my light box. But this is what I pick up the frames for. It's so that I can take the photographs for Etsy or for Instagram. Now we're going into the glass section. So the next, not knocking things over. The next section that I hit when I go into Marayong is the glass section. So they've got everything set out in color. So it's color coordinated, which I think is really cool. Majority of the stores actually do that now, which I think is, it's helpful if you're going for a certain color aesthetic. I actually like the hunt. So I like looking through a whole bunch of different stuff that's out there and finding the right piece. So we found a couple of different things. So the clear is the first one that you actually see. So what I found in clear, so I found a couple of things. So this is the first one that I found. So this is actually something that I found before. This is a Crown Crystal, which is an Australian glass company that is no longer in production. Little milk jug or creamer. So you can see here it's got some really beautiful pressed glass, cut glass. I think it's pressed glass. I'll Google it and I'll let you know. And it's really cute. The little pattern at the top here kind of looks like an owl. But it's really cute. It's a Depression era glass piece. It's in really good condition. There are no chips or cracks. There are no scratches. I paid $1 for it, and I can get between $18 to $25 for this one. The next piece I got when I was in the clear section is this suspended bubble vase. So I could not find any signature on this one, but this is, I do believe that this is actually a really well-made piece. You can see, so it's a stem vase, but you see here the suspended bubble. It just, I see these types of vases all the time, like the knockoff ones, and the quality is just not there. This is heavy considering what it is, and it's got the one suspended bubble in there, and it's dead center, and it's perfectly round. Like, it would take someone who really knows what they're doing to be able to do something like this. So I paid $3 for this. I'll do a bit more research. If it turns out not to be anything, it's just a nice stem vase with a suspended bubble, then I'm gonna say between $20 to $30 for this one. If it does turn out to be by someone or a particular company of note, then it could be worth more than that. But $3, it's a nice vase. It will go with any decor because it is clear. I think at $3 it was worth it. The last piece we got when we were in the clear section, I really scored in the clear section, was this little taper candle holder. So these are for tiny little candles, like the thin ones, not the small ones, the thin ones. And it is in the shape of a love heart. So if you can see, there we go. So at each of these points here is where the little taper candle goes. And I thought this would be really cute around Valentine's Day. I don't know if I'm gonna hold on to it until Valentine's Day, maybe I will. But I just thought it was really cute. It was $1. I didn't find any comps on this one when I did try and look it up, but I figure for $1, I can definitely make my money back and then some. I'm gonna say between $18 and $25 for that one. Okay, this next piece I got really excited about and then really not excited about. But I'm still excited. I'm actually looking for this exact piece, but in a different color. So this here is an anchor hocking glass pitcher. So this is in a gorgeous blue color, and you can see here you've got the pattern on it. So this pattern here, I believe, is called Sorrento. Actually, you know what? Let me Google this. I'm not telling you the wrong thing. Let's Google Lens it. Okay, Milano. So Sorrento must be the one that I'm after. That's why I know Sorrento. Yeah, Milano. So I was wrong. There you go. I learned something. Thanks, guys. Okay, so this is the Milano pattern. The Sorrento one is the one that I'm after. So I'll put up a picture of the one that I'm after. It's exactly the same thing, but in a different color. I am looking for the green one because the green is going to go better with my decor. And I just think this is so cool. Like, this is from, this is mid-century modern at its finest. It's in really good condition. For those who have like a coastal theme or they really like the blue coloring, it's in really, really good condition. I paid $6 for this. The ones that I've seen sell online have been $50 up. So I'll do a bit more research on this before I list it. But I thought this was a really good find, and I am hanging to find the Sorrento one, and I am determined to thrift it. The next couple of things that I found I will be keeping for myself. So actually no, let's do the one more before we do those ones. These ones here. So these are marble salt and pepper shakers. Let me cover my face so it'll actually focus in on them for you. So marble salt and pepper shakers. They're vintage, but I don't know how vintage. Probably, I'm gonna say 70s, 80s. They're quite heavy. They're in really good condition. There's no chips, there's no cracks. I paid $5 a piece for them because they are solid marble. So it was $10 for the set, and I think I could easily get $50 to $60 for the set. So I'm not worried about the fact that I paid $10 for those ones. But I just thought that they were really cool. They actually both still have salt and pepper in them. So whoever donated them didn't empty them before they donated them. So we'll empty those out. We'll get them cleaned up before those ones are listed. Okay, so the next up is stuff that I will be keeping. So you guys have heard me say before on my previous videos that I pick up candles whenever I find them. So these were 50 cents each, and they're just table candles. But whenever I'm doing a decor or a tablescape and I need to light a candle, it's always good to have them lying around. And these days candles can be anywhere, like it can be a couple bucks a piece, or they can be upwards of $10. So whenever I do see candles, I do buy them. So those are going to go into my stash. The other two pieces that I found are books, and you know that I love books. So this one here is the Faber Book of Modern Verse. So it is a collection of poems and verse, I guess. Although I think verse is just another way of saying poems. Poems and verse, and it is, I did check this before I bought it, 1982, so it's older than I am. So it was first published in 1936, and then this is the 4th edition and was published in 1982 in Great Britain. So it come all the way across the ocean, but I thought that was really cool. I really love the pattern on the side, and the edge of it looks really cool as well. So I'll use this in staging, I'll use it in a bookcase, I'll use it on a vignette, things like that. And I do like getting books that I would open up and read. So if, for example, this was to go on a coffee table, it's something that I could pick up and read a couple of pages and it would still be pretty cool. The other one that I got, the dust, I don't love the dust cover, but I do love the underneath. So I paid $3.50 for this next one. Sorry, $1.50. I paid $1.50 for that one. I don't know if I said that, $1.50. This one. So I paid $3.50 for this. And as you can see, like, it's still got the dust cover on it, and it ain't pretty. I'm sorry. It's not my jam. But if you take the dust cover off, then it gets pretty. If I can take the dust cover off. So uncovered. Alrighty, so much better. So it is a complete Australian gardener book. I don't like, it is vintage, it's not all that vintage, but it's the right color palette. So you know how I said that I like the jewel tone, so I like the deep greens, the blues, the purples, and the burgundy colors. So this fits perfectly in with that. And again, it's a good book to have on a coffee table or in a bookshelf, or to prop something up. So if I'm going to prop up a plant or a lamp or something along those lines, it's good and thick. But it's got photos inside of it, so you can actually see, oh, it's heavy. You can actually see that it's got some really nice photos of flora in there. So these are the sorts of books that I like to pick up. So in the right color palette or patterns, like this one here, poems, architecture, art, gardening, florals, all those sorts of things. They're the sorts of things that I like to pick up. They need to look good, but they also need to have the right content. Otherwise it's just kind of pointless. There will be some that I would list online. These sorts of things, not so much, particularly something like this because it's so heavy. So the postage on this would be quite substantial. I'm going to say that this would probably need to be a large, which is about 18 bucks. So it does get quite restrictive in terms of who would actually pay for that. But again, if you guys are interested in stuff like this, please let me know in the comments below, and maybe this stuff is stuff that I will start listing on my Etsy store so you guys can purchase. I think that was it. Yep, that's it.